Let's discuss China's new chip play and Huawei's Tao Scaling Law because if it works, it could change the rules of global tech. We're talking about semiconductors, the chips that power AI models, smartphones, cars, medical devices, and weapon systems. Global AI supply chain still relies on Moore's law, the idea that you double computing power every couple of years by physically shrinking transistors. To do this at the leading edge, you absolutely need EUV lithography, which are multi-billion-dollar machines that use extreme ultraviolet light to carve features thinner than a virus for chips below about 20 nanometers. Since October 2022, China has been locked out of the Dutch supplier ASML's EUV tools, roughly $6.5 billion each. Industry assumed Chinese chips were stuck at a 7 nanometer ceiling on older SMIC lines, while competitors like NVIDIA and TSMC raced towards 2 nanometers. That's why Huawei's May 25, 2026 announcement is such a shock.
6 years, my team and I have explored new paths in semiconductor.
Huawei's science chief, He Tingbo, unveiled the Tao Scaling Law. They've shifted the goal from geometric scaling, making things smaller, to temporal scaling, making things faster. The hardware solution is a new logic folding architecture that physically folds and stacks logic circuits into a dual-layer 3D framework. By drastically shortening internal wiring, data simply doesn't have to travel as far. In one move, this architectural shift delivered about a 55% boost in transistor density and a 41% improvement in power efficiency, with 381 chips already designed and mass-produced on this architecture, debuting in the Kirin chips for the Mate 90 this fall. At the same time, China is flooding the world with legacy chips, 28 nanometers and above for cars, aerospace, medical devices, EVs, and solar, adding around 1 million wafers per month in 2024 alone. Backed by heavy state subsidies, firms like Giga Device can sell 20 to 30% cheaper, threatening the cash cow profits Western companies like ST Microelectronics use to fund future R&D. This is also a direct shot at NVIDIA's dominance. Huawei is already scaling Tao and logic folding into its Ascend AI processors to build supernodes where data moves at 8 terabits per second, matching the internal bandwidth of the chips themselves to prevent AI training bottlenecks. Catch here is thermal management. Stacking logic layers creates serious heat challenges, and today's design software's 88 tools aren't fully optimized for the kind of free logic stacking needed to hit Huawei's 1.4 nanometer equivalent goal by 2031. In short, China is running a dual strategy: radical ideas like Tao and logic folding at the high end, and price dominance and legacy chips at the low end. Shares in SMIC, Huawei's likely manufacturing partner, surged about 7.6% on the news. And if the Mate 90 delivers these specs this autumn, it will be a strong evidence that design innovation can outrun manufacturing restrictions.